Hey, advanced music production. I ended the last video saying, oh, maybe I'll do another video of this one. So I'm recording right after that. So I don't know if these are interesting, me like running through these tracks. But I don't know. I'll try this one and see what you guys think. This one is for my wife's voice student. I think I explained it last time. So here's what's going on here. I don't remember. Oh, well, what we started with was her actual song. This is a very different situation from most producing and beat making and so on. And this is definitely a different, this is not hip hop. So my wife worked with her voice student and figured out the chords and figured out the melody with her, and then came home with an actual chart. So we just started with that. And I think the first thing we did is I just played the chords. Not very exciting. And then we built it out from there. So here are just my keyboard parts that are in here. So these are the same chords the whole time. And I don't remember, we're in D. But here are my different patterns. All keyboards, just doing slightly different things to build texture. I've got that same. I've been having fun with this one. It's creating. Let me turn it off. Yeah, so it's pretty simple without that. This is a really cool free plugin that I'll post about if I haven't already. It's called Soft Piano from Spitfire. And I just decided to throw a little extra thing on it. Here's that kind of boring, just whole notes. Here's a marimba doing just eighth notes. And a very subtle little reggae style upbeat organ. So all these have different rhythmic things going on. And then on top of that, just because I was doing way too much here, I've got two pads. Now on the first chorus over here, I do not have these, but on the second chorus, we're trying to build stuff up. And so on the second chorus, I added still two more things. Like I said, this is maybe too much. I might keep some stuff off here, but two more things. That was the slow way of doing that. And these are split left and right, but you can hear that. It's okay. So here's all these keys together. That stuff I'm not using. Yeah, so I like how that turned out. But that's all just harmony stuff. It's all just chords. Here's my bass, which is actually following. Is it this one? Nope. Yeah. Basically exactly with that. Not very interesting on its own, but of course it does have that driving 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. Pretty simple drums. I've got my hi-hat part doubled on a shaker, so this gets me some lower stuff. This gets me some more tinny stuff. I've got those panned, but you can't really hear that. There's my kick. I'm not sure where I got that kick from. Let me check that out. Oh, that's right. I moved these parts around. There we go. So I've been messing with this new program that's helped me get my drums going. This is pretty sweet. Where all of my, maybe I'll do a separate video on this. I haven't really figured it out totally yet though. Where all of my drum sounds from my library are placed into a grid like this. So, and it automatically figured out these red are kicks. The blue is snares. These are like toms, claps, shakers, and hi-hats. Open hi-hats. Whoa. And these are just weird things. So, oh, those are like lower toms. That's cool. So instead of looking through, oh, here's my folder, desktop, samples. Here's all my drum kits. I can search by sound, and it's even mapped according to the specific type of sound. So like these kicks up here are all similar, and these kicks, these are all 808s. This is thumpy but not 808. So you can I can find my sounds a little bit better. So I don't remember where I got this, but this one maybe in there somewhere, if I remember right. But this is a cool tool. This was on sale, quote unquote. You know, they just do it to get you. But I think I got it for $80, which seems like a lot. But it's going to save me a lot of time long term. So anyway, here's the same thing I did with the other track, where I built the pattern in here. Oops, let's not play both at the same time, which means I'm going to just play over here. Yeah, that little click thing is fun. And I changed up the MIDI data to make it sound a little more intense. So when I go over to into here, right here, I started it really quiet, and then it gets louder up to that beat. Yeah, that one's kind of fun. Oops. And together. So that's the chorus. I'll just play the verse. You get the idea. I have a different bass sound. So it started as the same sound, apparently called Dry and Wet, from the library. But then I tweaked a little bit so that my verse, that wobble is weird. But the verse is a little more relaxed, not quite as distorted. That's got a little more distorted stuff in there. And this was all in Alchemy. I messed with, I think, the cutoff. I might have messed with these a little bit to make these two parts a little different. Here's the verse. So you can see the stuff that's out. Simpler drum pattern before the chorus hits. And so on. The outro part, this is a little bit, I mean, not to compare, and that, anyway, this is kind of like Redbone, where she just repeats the same idea over and over and kind of builds and then comes back at the end. So it starts on the quiet side, and then I decided to add some like grand piano business. Again, all the same chords, but I added another octave on here instead of just the one. Oh, this is new at the end. Yeah, and so on. So I don't know. That's that check. Even just looking at it, you can see, and I've got the parts up here, but you can see, and I know most of us know this, but you start with something a little simpler, and then you build a little bit more. My verse looks very different from the rest of it, especially when I bring my keys down. My chorus is my biggest part, where I've got a lot of extra stuff in here. This outro kind of slowly builds. I've got more stuff going on. We're definitely going to be layering some of her vocals too. In my drums, why don't I just do this? No. In my drums, I start just kick, and then eventually this little click snare thing happens. I guess it's more of a snap. And that's where her verse starts. Yeah. So anyway, that's a little bit of that check. Again, I don't know if this is all that interesting or useful, but we'll get into more direct things we can do together, and should be fun. Take care, y'all. See ya.